This is the court notice of it. I am going to be arguing a motion to return your cell phone, all right? It may be that before that time, because I just conferenced it in front of the judge, it may be that Pawtucket agrees, I don't think it's likely, but it may be that Pawtucket agrees to return it in the absence of it. Basically, they probably needed a warrant to take it in the first place. They definitely need a warrant to get court permission to try to download the video off of it. And a cell phone isn't something that's your personal property's on there, your personal everything's on there. It's really not something that they should have had for this appreciable period of time. So I have every reason to believe that that should be granted on Friday, and they may just give it over before that date. What I'm going to request is, what happens after the Friday date is that they will put it back down in Pawtucket's calendar. My request would be that they just simply bring it to court, and they may insist that you go to Pawtucket to get it because of like a chain of custody type of a thing. Whatever the case may be, there'll be a court order saying give it back. There should be that, and then we'll start. Once the phone comes back, you charge it, you get a video. I don't know how, if you can send it to me, but you'll send it to me. If they are allowed to keep it and apply for a search warrant, and then they get the video off of it, then we'll get it that way. But I don't see why that's necessary when they could have done it long before now. So that's the status of things. Friday, I will be here arguing a motion to suppress. I'm here on two different matters anyway. So Friday, I will be there arguing a motion to suppress. All right? Excuse me, a motion to return seized property. To suppress. All right? And if it ever was something that became something where they didn't turn it over, then it would be a motion to suppress down the line. But that's where we are right now. All right? We're at the pretrial stage here. I would imagine that there'll be a time to talk about what Pawtucket wants on the case, what they think would be a reasonable resolution. But I don't want to do that before I've been able to counsel you on what I see on that video and whether I think it's enough for them to meet their burden. All right. When I see that, you'll have it. We both can look at it. I'll give you my guidance as to what I think it shows and what your risk is going to a trial, risk reward, and then advise as to what they, what they are offering, if anything, on the case. All right. That's where it is.
I do appreciate that.
All right. 27th, we're here.
Is there any way to pre-check the credibility of the officers that made
the video? Is the best way I can tell, right? If you've got on the video,
I've been told,
everything that is in here,
I've been told there's officers that the court really wouldn't even want to take to court because they have so many negative repercussions to themselves that they wouldn't hold their testimony credible. Is that the case?
I think it's hard for me to say without seeing. I know how it reads.
Like I said, the officer intentionally took his numbers off and didn't identify himself to say, is he a good guy and how many times has he done this in the past?
What's going to matter, because what I read in here, you're saying is inconsistent to what the video is going to show. All right, so that's what I want to see. All right, that way, and then you deal with that. But in the end, let's be honest, I've got to look at it to then tell you what I have. The belief is, were you being disorderly in the end, is what the judge is going to want to know. The judge might eventually say, listen, I think there's some issues with how the story gets written up, but in the end, was he being disorderly at the Met on that particular day in question? That's what the issue is going to be.
It's very important. You'll see that they didn't want to give me a trespassing, and the officer went back and asked them to solicit the trespass.
Okay, well, that's one thing. The other main thing that I've said to you is, did police give you the opportunity to leave in the process of not accepting that? Were you disorderly? Were you tumultuous? Were you doing boisterous things that became, did you make a scene, is essentially what it is. And does that rise to a level of actual criminal conduct? That's what we'll have to look at. For now, though, I'm going to file that motion. It's going to get here for for Friday, and we're going to take it that way. All right?
All right,
thank you. Over there right now, in fact. So you're good with me today, the 27th here, and that's that. All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it.